Alrighty, welcome back to, I'm going to call this the PR Warrior Report. I'm actually just set up one of those newsletters on LinkedIn that everyone's going to hate shortly or love, depending on which side of the fence you come from, called PR Warrior Report, and also actually thinking about turning that into a podcast as well, and encapsulating all the things that I'm thinking about, talking to people about, creating content about, and getting it out there in the world for further discussion. But I just wanted to have this quick riff today, just jump on, because I was actually writing a blog post on prwarrior.com for this, and no doubt a few of you are already aware of LinkedIn newsletters now. I think there's going to be a lot of angst about it, but there's a lot of good opportunities with LinkedIn newsletters as well. So I thought, let's just jump on quickly and have a quick riff on it, and love to hear your thoughts as well. So basically, LinkedIn newsletters have been around for a while, but they were only contained to big names, I suppose, or other very people who I guess LinkedIn call influencers, and so they were just gradually put out and tested. But in more recent days, they're being rolled completely out. Now, it's not just necessarily LinkedIn newsletters, but you need to have creator mode switched on your profile, and this will allow you then to have access to the newsletter tools as long as you meet LinkedIn's criteria. So let's put all that back end stuff to one side for the moment. If you're active on LinkedIn and you have quite a few connections, you will notice that you're being invited. There'll be an influx in your inbox on LinkedIn that you're being invited to subscribe to people's newsletters, their LinkedIn newsletters. And I know in my case, and I've been asking a few of my other friends on LinkedIn, they've been inundated too. Now, at first blush, this will look like a bit of a gold rush and a bit of a free-for-all. But let's just step back for a tick. Why would you do a newsletter? And what are you going to get out of it? What are your audience going to get out of it? So number one is the newsletter. Basically, it's going to be an article. So you can either create a proper newsletter with multiple articles and stuff, or it can be just one article and you can put videos in, et cetera, et cetera. So LinkedIn newsletters is just a great way to reach an audience on LinkedIn. Now, we know that when LinkedIn articles first came out, so you could, it's basically LinkedIn's blogging platform. It was fantastic, and the LinkedIn algorithm really gave you love on LinkedIn articles, really gave you love. And so it made sense to, it was a great addition to the LinkedIn armory to blog on the LinkedIn platform in the form of articles. And then over the journey, the algorithm got screwed down and LinkedIn articles tanked. And that's not just they tanked with me and a lot of my friends and other colleagues. They saw their organic reach on LinkedIn of articles tank. And of course, the plus has been in the feed, you can now have 3,000 characters. So you can do sort of micro articles or mini posts in the feed, and they work really, really well today as well. But sometimes, you need more than 3,000 characters. You want to go a bit more in depth on a topic, and an article is the best way to go. And you don't want to set up a blog or anything else, but you still want to get your article out. So newsletters is a great way to do that. Now, a couple of things to look out for. You've got to be, if you're going down this path, I'd only be doing it for a number of reasons. And number one is, you've got great ideas and insights that you want to share. You're credible, and you really do genuinely want to get your content out in front of the world and start conversation around, insights, just stories, lessons learned. The world needs really great experts and genuine, credible thought leaders to get out there and start sharing their ideas, their insights, and their wisdom. So there's a good reason for that. And the other good thing about, I'll backtrack a tick. The other good thing about LinkedIn newsletters is that if people subscribe to you, then they get notified when you publish a newsletter. So that's why it's good. It's a great way to cut through the noise. Okay, I meant to say that earlier. So, but only do it if you really genuinely have got value to deliver and you want to do it. Not only that, but you're in it for the longer haul. There's no need, and we don't need another newsletter jamming up our inboxes and for a couple of issues and then it dies. Have a bit of a commitment to go forward with this. And I think what newsletters does is actually will probably, for a lot of people, give us a little, stiffen our spine a bit and give us a little bit of impetus to create more content on an ongoing basis. Because if you are committing to a newsletter and you know, LinkedIn will say, do you want to do it weekly, bi-weekly, which means fortnightly, or I always thought bi-weekly was twice a week. But anyway, I'm taking that as fortnightly or monthly, then you commit to that. And I think that that's a really good discipline. And for some people, that discipline will be good for them as well. So that's another good reason to do it. And thirdly, you know, if you don't just do it because it's a free-for-all. Don't just jump on because it's sexy to do at the moment and it's a big thing to do. Do it because you genuinely want to create content. You genuinely want to be in it for the long term. And of course, make sure your audience, your desired target audience, is actually active on LinkedIn, because if they're not, don't bother at all. So make sure your audience is on LinkedIn. You've got good content to share and you're in it for, you know, you want to commit to it for a little while as well. So that'd be the 3 reasons to do one. The reasons not to do one will be to because it's a free-for-all, because it's a bit of a gold rush, because this is the reason you're getting all these invitations in your LinkedIn inbox. And the reason why this is a terrific opportunity is because, and I don't think many of us knew this when we put out a newsletter. I've been waiting for the newsletter function to come through for a while now, so it was great to do. LinkedIn sends it out to everyone. From what I can gather from everyone I'm talking to, LinkedIn is sending that out and inviting people to connect to subscribe to your newsletter out to all your connections and followers, which is really, you know, if you've got a lot of followers, that's a really great way to get in front of them. Yeah. And a good way to build your subscriber base pretty quickly. Now, I did mine about my first issue, which is basically an article, about a day and a half ago. And already I'm nearly up to 1,000 subscribers. And I've spoken to a number of other people who have published their first newsletter, genuinely published their first newsletter, and been amazed that they're really ratcheting up the subscribers. So, you know, clearly there's a great opportunity there. But with opportunity and with, you know, getting in front of all those people, you're going to get the quick hit merchants. Don't be a quick hit merchant. This is not just jumping on and ruining it for everyone else. If you're committed to it and you really have got good content and your audience is there and you really want to, you know, get involved, this is terrific. This is terrific. A great way to get through to people, cut through the noise a little bit, deliver value, and, you know, in a respectful way, and build a subscriber base. But if you're only going to do it, hey, this is a great way to hack the system, to get my name in front of people. Yay, they can get to see who I am. Fantastic. No, if you're not going to commit to it, if you're just going to do it and then just not bother creating any content and doing any articles or videos or whatever, just don't do it, because you'll ruin it for everyone else. That's me on my soapbox. I apologize if I'm ranting a bit, but it's only been a few days and I'm already seeing a number of people are now starting to post, I'm not wrapped with this, I'm not like this. Why am I getting all these invitations? I don't know who these people are. They're probably connection, but they're probably not someone who you're close to. So, and I understand that because I see it. I'm trying to see both sides to this story. So the upshot is, newsletters are out there. You need to be in creator mode to get them, and there's reasons to do that. It's a subject for another video and another article. But if it is a genuinely good way, we know newsletters are taking off. We've seen Substack really grow. We've seen Twitter buy the platform, the newsletter distribution platform called Review. That's going well. People are starting to, newsletters are the hot new thing, and hence this would be why LinkedIn is doing it, because they want to jump in on the action as well, and to therefore help its members, its people who use the platform, to get the most out of their newsletter. So my final parting words are, it's a great opportunity. I'd probably get in sooner rather than later, and that's not just jumping in on the opportunity. That means people are going to get really antsy about receiving a lot of invitations to subscribe. I'm tipping. So if you leave it till the wave really hits, then you might get lost. But if it's still early days, so if you get in now, you might build your subscriber base reasonably quickly, which is a really terrific opportunity that LinkedIn is providing to its members. But please continue to follow the content rules. It's a privileged position to be able to use these tools to create content, to get in front of an audience, to build an audience, and engage with that community of readers for your articles, etc. Respect that and commit. And even if it's monthly's not a big ask to go out monthly with a really good article that you've thought about and you've crafted and you've put out there. And I think if you do the right thing and the way it's intended, generating good content and being regular with that content, that you'll find that a LinkedIn newsletter is a welcome addition to your content marketing arsenal. Anyway, that's me. I've been on a soapbox today. I'm writing an article on it on prwarrior.com. You'll be able to check it out. But I'm basically saying the same sorts of things. So leave a comment. I'd love to know what you're thinking. Are you being inundated with invitations? B, is it annoying, or you're all cool with it because there's some really good opportunities to subscribe to people's content of people who you like. And C, whatever it is. So are you getting inundated is the number one thing. Are you thinking of doing it? And what do you think of the concept of the LinkedIn newsletter? Hi, Karen. Thanks very much. Yes. Do you feel consistency is crucial? I frequently miss a ball. What is a ball? But I won't compromise on quality. That's it. Oh, look, I think that the consistency thing is absolutely critical. If you miss it on the day, it's not the end of the world. Absolutely. I mean, I think in podcasting, absolutely, we really, really, really need to, hit that mark every time. But on a newsletter that's fortnightly or monthly, if you're going to miss it by a little bit, that's not the end of the world. But I think the discipline is really good for some people. So get into the comments. I'm really interested to hear what people say about this. Are you annoyed with it? Do you think it's a good opportunity? Where do you sit on the whole LinkedIn newsletter situation? Cheers.